What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tilt City here on FSI. I'm Alex Super, joined by my buddy Tom Stoss here to bring you a recap of the DFS soccer weekend, which is, Tom, going to be the last time for an indefinite amount of time, maybe ever. Yeah, so we did this for over a year, and I think we've both grown a lot, so that's pretty dope.
Yeah, it was. I didn't realize that till like earlier in the day. Yeah, and it gets you a nice window of like, yeah, I had a couple semesters of learning here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and it's cool too, because I think if anyone wanted to learn and like got onto this late or just find it now after it's gone, you could probably go back to the beginning and kind of see, just listen, like be at work, and if you like listening to DFS content, like maybe put us on. Like the players don't matter, the concepts matter, the players are just interchangeable, so like you may actually be able to learn something by going back. But yeah, I just want to talk more about how we've grown through this process than anything. So just to clear it up, I got like a gig that kind of precludes me from playing. I don't know if that's the right word, but I can't play DFS for the foreseeable future, and it's a good thing. It's something I'm really excited about. So thus ends my DFS career for now. I might be back. I don't plan to be back.
Yeah, when you said I can't play DFS anymore, I was like, does he mean like he finally hit rock bottom and he can't do this anymore? I thought he had the ultimate tilt, and this was it. But it's not that. No, we're good. He's just taking his talents elsewhere. Yeah, it's all good.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to be making money, making gold per turn as opposed to lump sum.
There you go.
If you get that, then you're as good of friends with us as we are with each other. Yeah, so that's that. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but we're going to recap the week real quick. Okay.
Hey,
I didn't ask you. Yeah.
What do you
like? Subscribe for the last time. Like, subscribe, comment on this. Tell us if we taught you anything. But either way, subscribe to FSI because they've got more content. I'll probably do more so rare stuff from Lab. And you might pop up here, and then maybe one, who knows. So maybe we can do another show. Maybe you hit big and I just host a show and I can't play DFS, and you can teach me what you did. How about that?
Yeah. If we have a wild weekend with games or something like that, like want to stretch our legs a little bit, maybe if one of us comes visit one the other, we'll do a live intro sort of deal. Why not?
That'd be pretty sick. I don't know how we facilitate it, but it'd be fun. What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, I am. Let's see. If you remember from last week, I had all these boxes behind me, and they're still there. So I'm tilting about that because there's so much crap to put away, man. But we'll get there. We'll get there eventually. I made good progress on the basement. I had a good weekend. It was very relaxing in general, so I'm feeling good. I got to get this put away. How about you, man? What are you telling about?
So because I knew I was done playing DFS, I needed one more pay-per-view in UFC to get all the crowns. Like you can spend crowns on stuff now, so I might actually buy something with those crowns that I have sitting there. Maybe like a Fitbit or something. But so I played the big one, and I looked at the odds. I'm not paying for ownership anymore, so I wasn't going to pay for it for the week. But I just looked at my cheat sheet with the odds in there, and was like, I think I can figure out who's going to be owned and who's not. And my lineup came in exactly how I thought. Four wins, 3 sub 20% owned knockouts, so like over 100 points each. And I was cruising. I had my last two fighters, because my second to last one, it's 150,000 to first, mind you.
Okay. All right.
My last person, I probably wouldn't have won. I think someone had a few more points, and I didn't have them. And it was a person I talked to, our friend Bob Whalen, about. I was like, this actually makes sense from a leverage play. It's just not the one that I'm making. She had 118 points, whatever. I think swung the slate. Came down to Amanda Nunes. Do you know who Amanda Nunes is?
Vaguely.
She knocked the snot out of Ronda Rousey, and she's just killed everyone since.
Yeah, that's right. Okay,
dominated everyone said. Minus 900 favorite when I made it. Like 64% chance inside the distance.
Okay.
Moved to minus 1100. Lost by submission in the second round. The lock of locks. I got everything else right. The lock of locks finally loses. I would have made a comma. So like, there's no more apropos way for me to go out. Like it just,
Oh, buddy.
I nailed the rest of the slate. Hadn't done it the entire time I played UFC. It was a
Oh,
layup. I went to sleep early, woke up. I was like, she lost. He
oh,
lost.
oh, that's terrible, man. You're giving me indigestion right now.
It's the ultimate tilt. Someone
Oh,
soloed first. Someone got first place.
wow.
No dupes, which is like the thing in MMA. All right, let's talk about
Gee,
soccer. Yeah,
that's just I
best
really
tilt for
feel
last.
that's too much. That's way too much parlaying. I could never. I don't know how you do it, man. Well, you don't have to worry about it, I
One
guess.
lineup in a 178,000 entry. Yeah, dude. Whatever. Hey,
It's okay. It's okay. You got close. That's all. Hey, man, close. That's all right.
if anything, I've shouted him out a million times, but like I learned how I play MMA from Blender, and he touches on it every Friday or whatever on their channel, and I learned from him that the video he made about how he won 120 or whatever, he won a lot of money, 110,000, I think, 116. It's on Roto. I'm not supposed to say who it is. It's on their page. um,
Yeah.
other people do great content. Surprise. I don't think it matters, but
Yeah,
the
whatever.
video he did, it's perfect, and I learned so much from that, and I almost got there just by being able to diagnose it without the two things you need the most, which are projections and ownership, and MMA ownership especially. So I was able to eyeball it kind of because of him. So the ultimate shout out. He knows how much I appreciate him, so I wanted to give him that because he occasionally listens to this. I don't know if he still does, but that was a lot. But shout out to him. If you're watching again, thanks, man. Thanks for the support. You're the man. Okay, soccer.
That's a big tilt. Yeah, you gotta come out of it a little rosy at the end. So
Soccer.
okay,
Let's
let's get
go.
back to soccer. Yeah,
I sucked on Saturday. No
this is
particular
tough.
tilt. All
Yeah,
right, here we go. All right, so the slate was basically decide on Chelsea or Liverpool, but also in GBP. You know, I loved Alexander Lacazette. So let's start with. I went heavy on Chelsea because I thought the clean sheet odds were low. I got to Jorginho, who scored a brace. Sorry, I'm too wound up. Let's
that's fine.
center myself a little bit. That tilt really got me going. I went heavy on Chelsea
Right.
because I thought they had a better shot of clean sheet against Leeds, who has looked like trash, and that backfired. Your boy Joe Gellhart.
Yeah, I didn't get to any Jorginho at all, man. I
I got
didn't.
to.
I don't know. The thing that went mainly wrong for me that broke this one for me was I think I discounted Arsenal and I was betting on Southampton a bit too much, which we'll get to that.
I did that
But
too.
like that made up the core of my like cheap guys was Southampton, finding them here and there. So
Gotcha. Yeah,
guys like Jorginho, I was spending way too much time in the defense and up front.
I got to a lot of Jorginho, Ruben Loftus-Cheek because that was me like planning for the not, everyone scores for Chelsea. So like you can go off of the big ones and then like if they beat you, they beat you. But if there's a Liverpool on the slate, like take the cheap Chelsea guys because they're all over the place and then just go with what you know with Liverpool, which was Mo Salah, surprise, and Allison.
Oh,
So
right. Yeah.
you did get to Rafinha though, which I said I thought was the worst play on the slate going into it, and of course he scores. So was that bias on your part, or did you like something?
It was biased. I got a little bit of bias. I got caught up mostly. I think I did a little too many of them just because I was like Rafinha and this, Rafinha and that, Rafinha and this, and like usual. And then it ended up me with like 6 lineups there, which is too many unless he scores. But the
Yeah.
problem is, like I said, Southampton guys were all over the place there. So
Something that helped me with lineup building is deciding who I wanted to pivot off of in what way, and then knowing what the pivots are. And then secondary thing is like, all right, I have money now. Where do I go up?
Mm-hmm.
And I think slowing it down like that, like it's why I went back to the cash thing.
Yeah,
I get it. Like,
yeah.
how can you not be biased towards Rafinha? He's the man. Solid penalty here.
It was really with Rafinha real quick. It was just a thing of like I figured he could work in even around Chelsea. I mean, they make up that block in the middle, and he would hang around the edge, so you could have somewhere to go. There was a penalty that made him what it was there, but
it was,
yeah. Chelsea can be leaky; they can give up a goal, and I figured Rafinha would be the guy.
Yep, that's smart. You went kind of the opposite end of me. Like, did you have a lot of Liverpool in your lineup?
No, not a ton. Yeah, the thing I was fading Liverpool to pick up Chelsea guys because I thought this would be. I thought it'd be pretty live. I didn't know Jorginho pretty much. Sunk me there too.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I get that. I totally get that. All right, Ramsdale's great again.
Yeah.
Center back goal from Martinelli, who I was kind of in and out on. These were Lacazette was the first guy I wanted to get to for Arsenal. These two were very secondary. I got to a lot of them. No Saka, no Martinelli. And then, I didn't get to Ramsdale because I was playing a lot of Armstrong. So, all right, you ready to hop into this? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's take a look.
So here's the $4. How did you do on the $1? You kind of said, but
oh, I did terrible here in the end of this. I think I went 50 cents on the day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So
it was one of those days.
So I only played the $4, and this is why, because there are way fewer entries. And what I'm doing anyway is playing my cash lineup with small variations. So I should be playing in the more optimal builds in the more optimal tournament. So yeah, that's what I did. Here's my best lineup. I just went.
Beautiful. That's really nice.
Defensive stack plus Salah because I knew I could get to him, and I just went cheap on Chelsea here, and then Tierney fit, and he got the assist, so I lucked out there. Let me see what else I did. Mane, Armstrong, so not as good at the top. I got to a lot of JWP. Alonso got the assist. Same sort of thing with, I was playing 3. When you have just dope fullbacks, I don't just use this as your base and just go for it and just make the rest work. Because these are a goal's worth of points. You get it all the time from these dudes. Just play it and try to find the cheap guys. And if they suck that day, then so be it. In these contests.
Yeah, I think I spent a little too much time working Mane in there too. I mean, and it worked out to a degree, but that low and that's a pretty good return for him. But I was like, oh, that low. I gotta get him worked in all the time.
He's in a lot of these lineups.
Yeah.
So I'm just alternating the Chelsea guy I thought would score in this lineup with Odegaard to Lacazette, which worked. I went to Loftus-Cheek instead of, I didn't have the money to get up. I went to Martinelli actually instead of Jorginho, which right call, wrong sort of thing. This was my king of the pitch entry. Went the opposite way, went to Southampton, like you mentioned. Loved the Chelsea stuff. These were the majority of my lineups were Chelsea back block and then Arsenal Southampton with TAA. A lot of this was this stuff. So I thought Mount was a good pivot here. Scored great. Lacazette scored great. Armstrong got the first shot of the entire slate was a really nice shot from Armstrong. Ramsdale made an amazing save. So it was that quick. I probably would be in the king of the pitch, I think, if that actually worked out. But without Jorginho, maybe not. All right, let's show all of them. May not be the case. Loftus-Cheeky Nando. Do you think he had Loftus-Cheek?
No, I think he had Jorginho.
Yes, he did. And Mount, Martinelli. All right, yeah. Tomiyasu got there again. He's been good.
Oh, okay.
He's been good. And the Gabriel. So this is just a cheap Arsenal. That's smart. That's a very smart lineup.
So is Tomiyasu kind of breaking out of that center back? Is he learning how to actually be a fullback out there?
I think he's been good.
Okay. Or are those shots up from headers? I have no idea. I didn't watch that one.
So he got an assist against Newcastle, but still had 15-8.
Okay.
So 7-7-10.
Okay.
He crosses a little bit, getting mostly fouls drawn, but he's winning tackles, interceptions. He's active, but when he takes 2 shots, he's going to look real good.
Yeah.
Game to game.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. Yeah, it had been discounting it for. I always overlook Arsenal guys anyway. So when they go off, it's like built in at this point.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tilt about that.
So here's why this lineup makes so much sense in a pre-build sense. Think about the way that I built my lineup. My lineups were either back block Chelsea, back block Liverpool.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Right.
Arsenal there was an opportunity for Arsenal to do that. There was an opportunity, and they were going to be way less owned.
Right. And a lot cheaper too.
The tertiary one, I can get to that second level. Sometimes I can't get to that third level of all right, so how do I react to the people who are smartly reacting? And I think that's what differentiates us and, the winners. So, and that's probably something that Charlie does. I would guess that Charlie had an Arsenal back block because he's smart.
I had thought about it going into it, and I was like, by the time it came around, I had too much Southampton, like I said a million times now.
Right.
But I wasted all that moving around Chelsea and Liverpool guys, and then I was like, oh, Southampton, and then I forgot to do Tierney and all of them. Yeah, and definitely Gabriel.
So I think sometimes our automatic, Gabriel, I mean, the center back thing, like whatever. I'm not even mad about that.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. It was a last man in situation. It looks like, well, even Shackleton, that's a double punt. Charlie's smart though, so that's okay. So I think a lot of times naturally in our mind, when we're trying to think of like, how am I going to be different? And I know I do this. How am I going to be different? I immediately think underdog. But on a 3-game slate, like you can very easily be a favorite. And it's not like Arsenal were small favorites here. Like they were minus 130, minus 2, or something like that. So like they were still going to win. How they won was kind of what we were questioning. And
Right.
Southampton's not that great. And we need to come to terms with that, because
I know. I was thinking about that. Yeah, earlier when I was like cleaning up a little bit, I was like, yeah, Southampton might just be bad now. It's like it's fine. I mean, they're probably not looking for the edge there. But like picking Arsenal here is being different, even if they are favorites. Right. It doesn't mean like I could go for like the big different, or I could go for not Liverpool and Chelsea. Right. Someone who actually would win, and at least in a couple, in a what 20 entry or whatever this is, why not?
Yeah. So this is 20 entry, but only with 743 total. So let's look at that's today. All right, that was the only one we were going to look at from yesterday, because neither of us did particularly well. Hey, did you know Spurs didn't play?
I sure did. Hey man, give him a break. It's okay.
All right. So
what happened with them, by the way? Who is walking right into the middle of the room and releasing the COVID vial?
It happened to United today. United had to call off practice.
Oh, really?
It sounds like Omicron's pretty bad in England.
This is the real deal, huh? Who knew?
Yeah, here we go.
Oh,
here we go again.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Let's not get political in the last show. Yikers. Leicester got political on Newcastle United. How about that? How's that for a transition?
Apparently.
And then
no fan of the Saudis, I guess. I don't know.
Cold war between Burnley and West Ham. Patson Daka, James Madison, Yuri. How could I forget Yuri? Yuri will be on the cover, which is great because he's been on the cover as many times as like probably James Ward-Prowse and Emi Martinez, I think, are our biggest cover boys.
Yeah, he definitely came through a couple of times last year. Yeah, that's true.
It's always these Leicester guys, because they're always like the third favorite. Not anymore. I said today in the DFS chat, Leicester suck, and then this is what happened. I knew full well that Newcastle also sucked, for what it's worth, but Leicester's been leaky, and I was focused on that, which is funny because I was watching Premier League Live like yesterday, and they're like, Leicester's leaky, and I was like, yeah, they are leaky. And I immediately was like, now they're going to score a bunch, and I didn't listen to myself. Oh, we got to reset.
They're leaky. I don't know how they are, and I think it matters when like the way Newcastle does or doesn't score, and most these days doesn't score.
Right. I was going to say, I think the key here is that Newcastle just really sucks.
They're bad. They're gonna run it up in championship next year. And then it'll be
17. Oh, dude, it's gonna be so funny to see who's willing to go take a championship contract for like stupid amounts of money. I can't wait. Dude, I hope they spend like 50 million on like MLS youngsters and stuff like that. That'll be sick. Like Ezekiel Barco or oh god, who's like Tajon Buchanan, guys like that. That's still way low level for them. But
that would be kind of cool. I'm
interested to see. I'm going to pay very much attention to whoever they bring in, especially if they're in the championship. It's going to be kind of boring if they're in the Premier League because, like, they're not going to be able to, like, no amount of money, I don't think, could convince Mbappe to be like, or Holland.
That's a tough one. You're going to have to, like, build it pieces. It's going to have to be like a Leeds thing or something like that. And more so Leeds, more than Leeds. But you know what I mean? Yeah, they're gonna have to like struggle and fight for it. I just, if they do go down, I feel bad for whatever championship teams are like, this is our year, guys. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's probably gonna be fucking Bournemouth or whatever like that. So good.
Keep
them out.
Bournemouth and West Brom. Bournemouth and West Brom are 1 and 2. I was just about to say, are we gonna do another championship update on the show? Because I'm ready to do it right now.
We're gonna have to cover all the bases. No, let's get through these games. Let's get these. Yeah.
All right. I didn't do well. I went really heavy on West Ham. Obviously, that didn't work for me. Is this my best one?
I would have assumed that. I think a lot of people would have. I don't know. I get to look at ownership here, but maybe people got to the pieces that matters. I got lucky and didn't bog myself down in West Ham too much.
So this was the $4. So this was a cash thing. I didn't vary a ton. I did in the quarter, and we're gonna look at the quarter. So here's the big one, just for what it's worth. Here's what won. Surprise! It was all Leicester. It was all the guys who scored. Um, and then just mega punts here. They did well enough. Any smarties, Charlie? What did Charlie do? Went down to wood. Do it. Like, how did you facilitate this? Whatever. It's not hard to do. Floor, winger, cheap guy who could definitely score against the keeper you don't have.
Yeah, I had a couple of just wasted time with Manquillo. I mean, I got to do it with him these days, but I'll probably do it less. The way these last couple games have gone for them.
Gotcha. I played a lot of Johnny Evans at 3,800 as my punt where Manquillo would go because he's been scoring, so he's like involved. So I'm chasing. But all right, I don't want to look at this too much because we both did well, and here you are in 5th in the quarter. We were going you first, me second, you third, you fourth for a while there, but the Madison goal I think screwed us both up.
Yeah, I was really happy about Yuri there just because I don't know. Yeah, he was like the prices were so low, and I like kind of went for, well, this one's not very much for West Ham block, but I did like a lot of like West Ham like defense, and then getting like the pricey guys out of Leicester with a couple here and there elsewhere. But yeah, I wanted to get to Tielemans not as much as I could because I wanted to have Madison. But when I think we were talking about last season, everyone would be on Madison and Tielemans would come through, and yeah, looking at that ownership, that's one of those times.
Really quick, I need to pull up my history, and I don't know what's on here, so
Sure.
I wanna look at what he was owned at in the $4 really quick.
Sure. Yeah, that was always a move I like to get off to. Oh yeah.
22.
Oh wow! Whoa!
So see the difference? Okay, so this is a good point to get into this. So, Gator said in the chat, only bad players played Tielemans.
That's right. Yeah.
And you text me about it, and I had to clarify that most of what Gator and Storm in the DFS chat say, like with no qualifier, is cash related because mostly what they do is optimal. So in an optimal sense, like if you played Tielemans over Madison, you probably weren't educated enough on the slate, I think is what he meant. In GPP, what he's saying in that sense is almost that he's a great play in GPP.
Yeah.
Because if no one's going to get to him and you think he has a legit chance to score, that is a perfect pivot. So
I like that.
And okay. That's kind of how to think of it. And you don't have to do it every time someone's like, I don't like this guy. You just have to know what you have confidence in. But like a lot of times if you're playing 20, like throw one. Like if you have an inkling that you're getting to someone too much, just be like, no, let's go to the guy that everyone thinks is stupid. That's a great way to pivot.
Okay.
But know what you're pivoting to. Like, that's not like, I got to get to Tark over Johnny Evans, or I got to go down from who has a majority set share, Madison and Tielemans. But yeah, it's different.
Yeah, this one was also, I mean, you're able to get to both of them pretty easily just with this 2-gamer. It was you're able to get there. It might not have been the best thing always, but yeah, and I mean, they both really raked in the points, and that was what made the difference here.
Right. So really quick,
yeah.
I'm looking through the 4 because obviously with the Madison goal at the end, it was kind of impossible to not have Madison and Tielemans. People like this person, I'm not trying to put this guy on blast. There is a perfect, I think it was okay to fade Madison for Tielemans. That's not what I'm saying, especially in a GPP, no matter the amount of entries. In cash, you don't want to do it. I would see a lot of people who are just one-offs here, I would guess, who have Tielemans, and it wouldn't be all of them. Like I know F. Boney is smart. He went to Madison. I know Emo Up is smart. Madison, no Tielemans. But if I look at some of these guys I don't recognize, like I don't recognize this guy. With his score, I bet he has Madison too. Yeah. Bodega's very smart. Okay. It's Madison again. Doesn't matter. So like a guy I respect still didn't get to Tielemans, still got there. So I'm not saying I don't respect these people, but like I don't know them. And I would expect, like this could be a straight swap. It could just be a guy who played a smart lineup and only played one, or his first one did best. But I'm spending too much time on that. Back to the quarter. Back to you.
Yeah, I don't even know what
anything else on this. Sorry.
On that in particular, no, I didn't realize it was that close with them. But this is the quarter, and you could probably fit both of them in pretty well. I don't know what were people. I guess were probably had more West Ham too in this one.
Probably. What possession do you get to Almiron? You don't have to defend it because I did it too.
Oh, he was forward eligible, but he was like sort of out on the wing a little bit there. I thought he would get a little bit more crossing going on.
And he had a nice week last week. I did the same
Yeah,
thing.
that's right. Yeah.
He was cheap. He made it work. He wasn't facing your keeper. It was a smart play. He facilitated a lot of other things, like getting to a Westwood who might be involved, especially if you have Pope. Like, I get it.
Yeah, and I probably had this one with like Chris Wood at some point. Oh wait,
there he is.
No. Oh, and then I went up to Manquillo. Okay.
Then you have Barnes.
Oh, and Barnes. Oh, this one's way. Oh, whoa. All right.
So
that was way different.
Those are your two best. Almiron, Bowen, Madison, Tielemans with the West Ham block.
Right.
The good side of it, like they didn't actually. I mean, these scores are fine. I just didn't have who. Daka. Or Schmeichel. Yeah. Schmeichel's a big one too.
Yeah, Schmeichel was a big one on the day. I think I had a lot of Fabianski if I was spending up here.
Yeah.
Which was fine, but he just didn't get that many saves.
Right. Yeah, and it didn't get the win bonus either.
Oh, of course. Yeah, duh. Yeah.
Solely went cheap here, opposite keeper, no Newcastle. A 2-game slate, that's like grab one cheap forward who might score against the team you don't have a keeper, play the floor guys, and then just vary between which teams you're using where.
This one was fun to build. It was, and the prices on like Antonio and them weren't like egregious, so you could like. I got bogged down in Antonio still, not that much.
His price is so good, he just keeps.
Yeah, right.
That Jamaica goal screwed me up.
Yeah, Oh, okay. Here we go. All right.
Got to Art. You went me instead of Jop.
Yeah, right. We were. I think the difference between our first and second was that we had this exact same one.
This lineup with Jop would have been at least here.
Oh shoot!
It's fun, but it's center backs like.
Yeah, right. I was waiting on Benby goal. Go ahead.
You did play the center back of the team of your keeper, and like if you're gonna punt on a center back, probably go for the keeper. That you want the reverse leverage, the negative leverage.
Yeah.
If it pushes your opponents down by something good happening to you, pushes your opponents down too, you create more points.
I was being really stupid and chasing.
It was your 20th lineup.
I was like, bend me header, bring me home here. I don't care who. That's just or how. Does is Diop even one of those guys, or is he just
he scores every now and then?
Okay, I couldn't remember. There was someone else on West Ham or not, but anyway, yeah. This one's definitely 20. I'm just like, all right, get him out there.
Yeah. All right, you want to look at this anymore?
No, I'm good, man.
Okay, here's the showdown. I entered one in the big one, my last DFS slate, and it didn't go well. I got the two early scorers, and I was like, all right, that's fine. If Pickford still goes off and like everyone else for Everton scores, I could win it, but I didn't. Wow, Moneyball won again. I'm shocked. Beat Piano Club and Ceramac, all the other smart people right here at the top.
Wait a minute. What did he 127.05? I got this exact same lineup. This one I feel like there must have been a lot of people with this exact same lineup.
No, there were two.
Oh, whoa! Well, the first place guy in the quarter was it was just me and one other guy. So good on you.
So that's
could have been us.
What's 8,500 divided by 3?
I don't care. I don't want to know.
I'm doing it. I did it to myself earlier.
I don't care, man.
2,800.
Okay. All right. Hey, whatever. I won $40. That's like the same amount of money, right?
Who cares? Yeah, it doesn't matter. I just like the torture. It's Tilt City. You have to tilt. All right. That's a slate, but I wanted to talk a little bit about our journey. I don't want to spend too much time doing this because I don't want to have an hour and a half show. Plus, I want some Chipotle. But
amen, brother.
We did like a year plus of this. You had not played at all before this?
Nope. And after you explained it to me, I was very, very unsure if I actually wanted to do it because you threw out a ton of jargon at me. That honestly, we talk about it very early on the show, I would be like, What is he? I forgot what he was talking about. What did leverage mean? I don't remember what that meant.
I get it.
Yeah, but a year in,
You do.
I'm getting, yeah,
And you're
putting it
good. That's
together.
the thing, is like you're legitimately good at it. And I'm gonna live vicariously through your results because I'm gonna miss it, but you're very good. You know
Thank
what
you.
works, and like what you do in the quarter could very easily translate to the dollar if you had the money to play 20 entries into the dollar every day. Like
Hmm.
in one day, maybe it happens,
Yeah,
but
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll start putting away some pocket change or something like that, just to make some extra deposits here and there in the
sure,
wallet.
if that's
But
what you want to do, like, yeah. And but also it doesn't have to be that for everybody.
it's fun. I don't know. I have a lot of fun just like throwing five. That's why I got to a point where it was like, if I can like get a little bit of an edge in like a game here or there, like today, like betting on Crystal Palace more so, and like if go week to week and just like see like if I go one way or the other, and if I screw up, it's because I screwed up. I picked one thing or two
Mhm.
things or whatnot, as
Yeah.
opposed to just whiffing across the board and I don't know what I did.
Yeah, yeah. Knowing what you're doing wrong is great, but also it's the worst because then you overcorrect. And there are so many different like subsets of variation across the way it happens in soccer that sometimes like you can do a thing where you play the wrong defensive block and just barely miss on a striker, or sometimes you do just completely whiff and it's very easy and very chalky. And you're like, well, maybe I should be chalkier. And then the next week it's just chaos.
Yeah.
There's so many different ways that it can go wrong. So I often find myself getting bogged down in like stuff that's recent and stuff that's chasing. And then the other opposite end of that is sometimes I look at a stat and it's one stat and I just way overinvest in that because I'm a stats guy. I've always been a stats guy, and largely it does not matter and will probably create more bias. But like I did the XG thing on Golazzo all the time, and boy, it didn't pan out for me one damn time. Like it's like, yeah, it's in the odds, and I knew that, but like,
Yeah. That's hey, good on you for that, because I don't know, I like to have like three confounding factors of my whole deal. I don't like to have like every stat available to me. I don't look at the numbers. I'd look at the green circles. Well, I look at the sofa the numbers, I suppose, but that's about it.
see, SOFA numbers are more applicable to SoRare actually. Like they're more in line. There's
Oh,
there's a better correlation with the SoRare score than DFS score.
huh,
Um,
okay.
Other than like goals, but like, yeah, it's different. Um, I do lean on it though. If I see a green, I'm more likely to play like that center mid over the other center mid, or that center back over the other center back.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's the goals that's holding up the center back. So, but they'll probably be
Mhm.
more expensive and not worth money to. So, yeah, those aren't normally the guys I punt to.
Yeah.
Um,
I was I finally like I've started a little bit to think about like ownership too.
okay.
It's like my like maybe third order of like thinking about like what I'm gonna put together. So I'm working it in. I'm getting there.
What are your other two?
Oh, sorry. What did you say?
What are the first two things you look at? Like, what's your process?
Hey, that's a hard question to answer,
There you go. Hey, you've had a year to
boy, because
study.
that varies. No, like because like I
It should vary.
no, yeah, no, I know. But like if it's a lot of it is based on, this is a terrible place to start. It's not like I wouldn't recommend starting this way, but I do like to go down to like the cheapest guys possible, see who is down in that range. Not like betting on a punt, not something like that. But is there a guy who could put some crosses in, maybe two, maybe three crosses, 4,000 range, something like that.
It's not a bad place to start. I would
Yeah,
say knowing the entire landscape.
sure. Right. I guess I probably I do more of that when it's like a Liverpool and a Chelsea playing and you need to like prioritize where you're going to spend your money.
Right.
Like, yeah, that's when I'll do that a little bit more. Boy, that's getting all meta on this. Is
That's
I really only threw out three as just like a I'm saying it happens sometimes.
gotcha. I wondered if it was legitimately the third and you had the two other ones in mind.
I'm sorry. I'm not like you.
No, that's fine.
I'm still, it's only a year, man. I'm still only a sophomore.
It's fine. I mean, I'm a junior. Yeah, Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
but you did some summer classes and you got a little ahead.
that's true. I consumed way too much DFS content last year, and played way too many slates. Um, yeah, you're still gonna play, right?
Oh yeah, homie.
Okay,
Oh yeah, it's way too fun.
okay,
It's
good.
I at this point I like just from work I wake up early on the weekends, so like
Yeah, right. That
might as
helps.
well.
That helps a
Yeah,
lot. It
yeah.
does.
And I got to the wallet range too, where like I don't need a dime time to just like have a little fun with it. So it's like cool, like whatever.
Yeah.
I'll pick up that up. I'll pick up because I had a couple straight like weeks of just like slates of just $5 down the drain, $5 down the drain. So
Yeah, right.
then you pick it back up, and it's
Yeah.
easy.
Yep. Yep. That's how it happens. The ups
Yeah,
and downs are nuts. Now that you have a year of those ups and downs, like that's the thing.
yeah,
In that regard, like know your upper limit of how much you can spend in a day, but definitely only play the amount that you want to play.
mm-hmm.
And then eventually you'll have a really good day and be like, shit, I should have played more. And then you play more and then you lose a bunch. And then you're like, that's why I didn't play more. Just
Yeah. That's a
play your
that
confidence level and your amount of knowledge and amount of time spent thinking about it.
that's my big fear is I want to keep it fun. I don't want to like I don't even want to have a taste of I don't want to make it well, maybe I'll make $1,000 one day or something. But
So.
whatever. That's it. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Well,
but like I don't want to like burn through so much getting there. I want to keep it like I don't know, keep it fun.
well, now that you don't do the show, you don't have to play every weekend.
That's true.
And
I guess I can be a little choosy with the
mm-hmm.
sites too. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I'll
play
probably
showdowns that you're going to watch. Like, you're going to sit down and watch it. Maybe you want to throw a buck on it. Or
that's a good idea.
If you don't have anything on a Saturday, like that's the day you 20. Like I feel like 20 max. And we're not doing anything in the morning, and I don't have anything in the morning that's going to take my time. Like maybe I'll make it 20 max.
That's a good idea. Yeah, because I maybe well I was gonna say I'll avoid the 6 game slates if there are like left in the year.
That's plenty EV though if you don't think you're good at it.
That's I was thinking like I need to crack the code of that. I need to like figure out how to adapt myself a little more because
it helps.
The closer I get to a showdown, the better I am. So like I need to figure this out for the big slates because that'll mean like locking down Champions League a little bit more. That'll like means like so much other stuff.
You said what you said about needing to be as close to showdowns as possible is definitely something for me too. I think we're both good. The fewer variables we have to consider.
Yeah, because you get lost. It's really easy to get lost in the weeds in one way or the other. And then like if it's just 2 teams and you need to go like put a quarter here, between the 4 of them, like that's great.
It's like 6 teams. It's like playing 2 showdowns.
Exactly. Yeah. So maybe I don't know. Maybe those are the ones where I'll look for like a favorable 2-game slate or something like that, and be like, all right, let's roll the dice here.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna please, anytime you have a question, like I might not be able to answer because I'm not gonna be as familiar with the slate, but like I can always give you well, here's your leverage. I've listened to so much of Blender that I can diagnose leverage pretty quickly if I'm just asked about it. But like if I don't have to worry about the lineup I'm putting together.
Yeah, that's true.
I might just be like, here's a player.
Okay. Yeah, it's not like you're giving anything away by telling me one thing or the other. Not that you're like that anyway.
I'm not gonna be making your lineups. So
yeah.
Honestly, your GPP lineups might be better than mine at this point anyway. Truly. Because I play just variation. I can help you with a cash lineup too, or like a base. So
that might be what I do because I've been only doing GPP and a couple ticket ones.
But definitely, if you're doing that though, like establish what you think you don't even need every piece, but establish like what you think the greater part of an optimal lineup is, and like how those floors and potential upsides can be complemented in the best ways. Like you don't have to go full like $4 because you're playing, 1,200 to 2,000 person entry contests, whereas that was for $400 and $700. So what you're doing, and you were always better at Champions League early, you said, and I think it was because you were a little more wild and went after some goals. So like that's in there for sure. But yeah, I can definitely help you with like the optimal, stuff the Gator's talking about with the cash lineups. That's why I started doing it. So
I did just stop playing cash because I was throwing so much money away on it when I was like, I could just work all that. I could figure out that sort of optimal sort of getting different in the GPPs and go from there. And it
Yeah.
also wasn't like pulling too much in for me. So I said, whatever, I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will definitely be checking in about that,
Cool.
because
That's fine.
that was the craziest, that was the hardest part of cash, was like, what if I can like squeeze in a guy who's like second tier for them, but he scores 2 goals? What if that happens?
Right. And I've learned that a lot. Like, I don't know. That makes sense. It's with cash, I find a lot more cases now where I'm like, well, I should just punt to Chris Wood, because like at 4,700, he's going to give me more than Wilfred Ndidi's probably going to give me at a ceiling. Like those are the guys, that's where you can do that in cash. But also with these Liverpool slates recently, it's like, do I go down to Sonnet, or I do this all the time, Mane, or do I go for just this crazy upside of Salah, and then it winds up not mattering that he only got 1 goal. Having to make that decision of when to pay up for something. Like I wouldn't do it on goalies in cash on a 6-game slate, like ever, but I've seen it work. And on a 2-game slate, going up to Salah is probably more likely to kill you if you have a good amount, but also like kill the field if you pivot, because they're also going to have a tough amount. So finding those pivot points, the floor plus upside guys, and when to pay for that upside.
Okay.
Like think of Ashley Westwood versus James Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse isn't even a great example, because Ashley Westwood against Riyad Mahrez, who's going to take all the sets, but is very likely to score or assist. Like that's worth a $4,300 increase, like double the price of Westwood. But if it's like, I have Moutinho at 3,800 where Wolves are dogs, or play Musa Genepo, who's going to be wide for stone minimum 3,000, or even whether it's like, what's another example? Who did I say? Moutinho?
Yeah.
Or like Trincao at 4,100. I get that a lot with Moutinho. Don't play Moutinho.
I don't even think about him. He doesn't exist to me, man.
Yeah.
I hear about him so much, and it's like I don't
He's
know who that is.
He's a bailout in cash.
Yeah.
And also the other thing to know with cash lineups, is Conor Gallagher in, or is Conor Gallagher in with Luka Milicevic?
Right.
And that's the knowledge you gain from paying attention to the league, is knowing when people might be wide. And then second level on that is watching Tifo IRL videos and knowing how the fullbacks at Liverpool come in and those midfielders just go out and play a more defensive role. So you just don't play Oxlade-Chamberlain. And then you do that, and then Thiago and Jordan Henderson start scoring every slate, and it's great. By the time it gets to Tifo, they're going to pivot, so don't do that. That's where the numbers suck. Anyway.
I need to keep, what I need more than anything is I just need like bi-monthly updates of like, so Luka Milivojevic and Conor Gallagher are playing, but I like this other guy started working on his curl a little bit more, so he's taking sets. I need full updates on who's challenging for this one, because I blink, like with Chelsea, I blink and I miss it. Someone else is taking sets. It's someone else is moving in, and what's his name's at center defense or whatever. I don't know. I lose track of it all the time with these people. So
here. So you can go into foot ref,
okay,
FB ref,
okay.
And you can do that. It's a little more cumbersome, but let me show you a secret. fantasyfootballscout.co.uk. Club, penalties, free kicks, corners, and direct free kicks.
Oh, and they keep this updated pretty well?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
I'll send it to you in the chat.
My man.
So.
All right, because I was very early on. There was still one with the Fantasy Premier League that they had a list at some point on that site, but it was like outdated. It was outdated as hell. They like would never update it.
Yeah. So it hasn't been. It actually hasn't been updated for a while.
Okay, but
the other thing to know, so like direct free kicks are different, because this is upside, this is floor.
Okay, yeah.
This is also floor, but this is floor and upside. So like you want Odegaard more than you want, I don't know, Saka at this point.
Okay, I actually with Arsenal I really don't know. So that's all right.
But then you have this crap with Aston Villa where like if you see underlined city on Gators drawings.
Yeah,
in the FSI Discord, like you get these drawings and this is where he tells you because they look every single time. And so yeah, do that. But yeah, so yeah, Trossard is more likely to take a shot from a set piece than Gross.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's what you need, if you need Trossard for the upside, you can think about it, but also know that Gross's floor might equal Trossard's floor plus upside.
Okay.
And you just have to diagnose like who's going to get the main amount of sets. See Milivojevic, then Gallagher, then Eze. Jordan Ayew is a great floor play currently, by the way.
Yeah, man. I was gonna say he did me real well in that showdown.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, City Palace has to find some way to hold on to Conor Gallagher. I don't care. Maybe they just have to like keep him on a chain and keep him in the stadium.
You think he's gonna play at Chelsea?
I think that Chelsea.
Who would he play over?
I don't know. I have no idea, man.
He would play over Saul.
Yeah.
Who I think is on loan, and they can just bring Gallagher back, and he could take Saul's place. But then, like, he's not gonna play over Jorginho or Conte because he doesn't fit that role.
Okay.
He would have to battle Kovacic and Loftus-Cheek.
All right. Well, just Chelsea could. I guess they don't need the money, but somebody else is gonna want to buy him. Someone is going to want Conor Gallagher, not just Palace.
Bournemouth or West Brom. He played for West Brom. Maybe West Brom wants him and lets him run the show. But yeah, Palace would probably outbid them for him at this point, especially the way that Patrick Vieira uses him. So
yeah,
I think he'd be keen to because he's good. If he can't go back to Chelsea, he might as well go starve for a mid-table team.
That's true, unless you're Joe Willock, then I guess you get there and you say I'm done now.
He's a washout. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work, but Gallagher's like really, yeah. It would also make sense if they sold Loftus-Cheek to Fulham. Fulham's coming back.
Oh yeah, right, of course. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind Ruben Loftus-Cheek at Spurs to play the Højbjerg sort of position, but you know who I would much prefer is Weston McKennie.
Oh, okay.
He's very good.
You don't want Højbjerg to play the Højbjerg role anymore?
I think Højbjerg would benefit from some competition. Højbjerg is very similar to Marcelo Brozovic, like in terms of where he compares with former Conte guys at Inter.
Oh,
so they ran 3 midfielders with the wing backs, 3 at the back, and 2 strikers. But because of Son is still playing left wing, and Lucas, unfortunately not Bergwijn, possibly Bale again on the right. So he's coming back.
Are you kidding me? Are you serious?
No, Conte might bring him back in January. He's not playing again for Real Madrid. He missed a Real Madrid game because of injury, played for Wales, and then has not played for Real Madrid since.
Wait a minute. He went back to Real Madrid?
Yes. He was on loan to Spurs.
Of course. I didn't realize he went back there. He didn't play for them, but he hasn't played for them for years. Why is
he played for him a bunch. He played for him a bunch at the beginning of the year. He balled out for Ancelotti because Ancelotti got balled on when he was at Everton.
Okay.
So yeah, he might come back. Anyway.
He's so old. Anyway, yeah, right. Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Spurs.
Yeah, I'd rather McKennie there. But yeah, Højbjerg could play that. Like, so Inter's mid was like Brozovic, Barella, and someone else. Brozovic is like a box-to-box guy who can score and is a great defender and field general. Barella is more of an attacking mid or is willing to get up and score. But like all of those guys can get up and score, and Højbjerg is not worth a damn in the final part of the pitch, and he's not going to play you a ton of great passes. Like Harry Winks and Oliver Skip. So Skip is a better Winks. Winks needs to go. He's not going to play. Højbjerg and Winks will probably split time as one of those midfielders, and they're rumored for Brozovic, which would be sweet. He's very good. Better DFS play for Croatia than he is for Inter. But yeah, so he would be the more offensive role, but also I think he would be better than Højbjerg and Skip, and then maybe you sell one of them, but I don't know.
It's out of my hands, man.
Yeah, it's true.
Spurs, they do whatever they want.
They don't need 3 mids because
they know that
Son's not going to be a second striker, I don't think. Like he's no Lukaku and like Lautaro Martinez, who I would love to see as Lautaro Martinez. If Son can learn to defend, maybe he could play left wing back. He'd be amazing. Anyway,
Oh,
we're talking about soccer stuff and not DFS stuff, but this is what we do.
if I can like Tottenham again, maybe we'll do a Tottenham only show.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know. It would be interesting too because we'd be able to talk just like whatever Conte's up to.
I like
It's not
that idea.
nothing.
I like that idea a lot.
Hey, buddy.
I wonder if there are any American Spurs podcasts. I have no problem with that. We'll get Kev on one day.
I think that there is, but they had the last time I listened to them, they had really bad sound quality and they talk over each other all the time. So no, screw that. I'll do that.
Let's take that market share. We can have Kev. We can just interview random people at the old angle. How about that?
I love it.
Come on the show. Get that kid.
I love it. What?
Get the kid.
Oh, the kid. Oh, it's been so long. I haven't been to the angle's been open for games. I haven't been in a long time.
Dang.
I definitely forgot the kid. I hope he's normal after being in lockdown for 3 years.
That's true. Yeah, he's probably a completely different young adult.
Oh God, yeah, that's true. Oh geez. Yeah, I don't even want to know. That's right. He did.
Do you want to have the Chelsea fan on?
The what?
The Chelsea fan, our favorite guy ever?
Yeah, I want to beat his ass.
I've never disliked a person I don't know more.
Can you imagine like being at like Champions League final? How terrible he must have been.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, I mean, this entire season too. He's probably terrible too. I don't know. I wish him all the best, but maybe he got COVID. I don't know. I don't know what happened to him.
Wow. Yeah, that'd be
maybe
that'd be rough. I hope the Liverpool guys just all went to Iggy's. We're in deep Cleveland soccer bar talk. The only way to end this show is for us to talk about stuff that only we know or care about. You guys are just witnessing our phone call, our holiday Zoom catch up, apparently.
Yeah, pretty much. That's okay. And like I said, we were talking about the championship table, which we didn't get to, but that's probably okay. Oh, you want to get to it?
No, I shouldn't. I'm sure
I'll get Chipotle, brother.
I'll update you on the top of it.
I would like to know. But right, we have to cover all the bases, which includes
you're gonna love
the angle. Yeah, hit me.
Fulham first, 45 right. points. Awesome. Bournemouth second, 43 points.
Come on.
Bournemouth has here's the form of the two teams at the top though. Fulham, win, draw. Bournemouth, loss, draw, loss. And of course, West Brom, they've caught up. There was a big gulf the last time we checked.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty much, we want all three of these teams to lose, and we want all three of these teams to win. We want all 5 of these teams to win. I want to see Coventry. I want to see Forest, especially.
That would be sick. Forest would be really sick.
Rank who you want to come up the most out of these 5.
Blackburn, Forest, and I don't know, probably Stoke.
And then QPR, Coventry.
Yeah,
that's my exact list.
Yeah, I have no real reason to. I mean, QPR, whatever, Coventry, whatever, and honestly, Stoke is not that much of one either. But Blackburn and Forest.
Blackburn's 4 wins on the bounce, baby.
Yeah, they're in great form, man. Keep it up, guys.
So you know how this works, right?
What is it? Is first and second guaranteed or just first?
Fulham and Bournemouth are up.
Okay, all right.
And then West Brom faces Stoke, and then Blackburn faces QPR, and then the final game of the playoff. Coventry's not far behind. A little tougher for Forest. Oh, we got to check out the best part. You ready for the best part of the table? Do you know what it is?
Who's going down?
Yeah, but like this season especially.
What? No, hit me with it.
I'll show you. Derby County has 4 points because they've had 12 points deducted.
Oh, that's right. Oh.
They were negative recently.
Oh my God. Oh jeez.
Barnsley's going down.
They
need Daryl DK back.
They just came up, right?
Barnsley, no, maybe. Barnsley made a cover of Tilt City.
Oh, that's right. We did. They
won an FA Cup match.
That's right.
And we put the crest on. Oh.
We cursed them, buddy. We got them.
We have to.
Barnsley.
We have to, when they go down, we have to make this the official. I'm going deep into only us knowing about things territory. We need to make Barnsley the official League One team of the Broalition.
That, yeah, gee, that is deep lore.
Jeremy won't have any idea what him. All right, that's the logical end point of this show, I think.
All right, brother. I mean, no,
anything for the good of the order? Nothing.
I mean, I wish there was a way there's some sort of messaging feature on DraftKings so you could bother me in a PM or something like that. But I'll be in these quarter rooms. I'll see y'all out there if that's where you're playing.
Send me some lineups.
I absolutely will. Those aren't going to stop anytime soon.
All right, cool. Hey, thanks for doing this with me. I didn't know if you were going to want to do it at the beginning. I threw it out. I'm really glad we did it for.
Dude, it was
14 months.
You got me through my unemployment, brother. I couldn't have done it without you.
That's why I started playing. So.
Yeah, man, that was a beautiful. I was worried when you got the job, but yeah, and then I was really worried when we both got a job. But
we forged on.
We figured it out.
We've grown as people, not just DFS players.
That's right, brother. I'm in a house now.
That's true. God.
And it wasn't because of my DFS money, but
I was gonna say that's the reason I started trying to save money for that dang house. But sooner or later. All right. Thank you to everybody. If you watched like every one of these shows and you know who you are or close to it, like y'all rock. Those numbers weren't huge, but they were good enough for us, and we appreciate every one of y'all.
That's why it means so much more, because it means that there was somebody was like, I get value out of this.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. There were a couple. Blender, Charlie. Oh God. I don't know if Bodega watched. I think he said something about it. Bodega's cool.
Your brother?
My brother, Chris.
Oh, good. Thanks, Chris. Yeah.
Yeah. Dina started watching at some point.
I don't think she kept up with it.
No, I don't think so either. But that's just funny in itself.
She said she'd just like to hear our voices, so
right, I know.
It probably only need about like 10 minutes of that at most.
That's her. Chris just texted me this moment. His ears were burning. I haven't talked to him all day. That's funny. God, there's one guy who reached out. Barfly for sure. Barfly's a friend of the show. The cool guy that he used to beat me in head-to-heads all the time, and then he told me the reason he started playing me was because of the show, and I forget his name. I haven't talked to him in a while, but he's the man.
Oh wow! I hope that there was a ton of other people like that were like, yeah, I know how that guy plays. I've been watching Tilt City, and I know a lot of people don't get a good read on this because there's only like 50 views per.
So many people send me stupid NFT requests for their dumb new monkey JPEG.
Can you do NFTs? Can we do like an NFT speculation? Just stupid monkeys are looking big this year. This one looks like it was in paint too, but get this, they all have a hat.
But it's an AI generated hat. There's not that many hats, so that's what gives it value. Dude, I saw an NFT last night. It was like really awful, like me in kindergarten level JPEG drawing a cowboy, and there were like different cowboys. And I'm like, this is the next big thing. I'm like, this late stage capitalism is what it is,
bro. Man, I mean, even like with the amount of people getting it, like, how is this not just a total dilution of it? Because like, fucking one of the guys from the Migos has his own set now. Offset has his own thing. Yeah. Not even Takeoff, not even Quavo. It's Offset.
Here's my speculation on NFTs.
Hit me.
If you're gonna buy an NFT, especially if you're watching the show, use my code, DM me, leave a comment, get my code for So Rare, because it's something where something else determines its value. Its value is derived by how the players actually play, and there's actually something to do with it. It's got actual value based in utility, whereas these other things are pictures. And just like you might not pay $3,000 for something you hang on your wall, you know what art that you would pay for is. Make it do something for you. just play So Rare and use my link, because then we'll both get cards and it increases value on both sides. Otherwise, don't buy it anymore unless you know you're going to flip it. There are ways to do it. There are people who talk about it in very smart ways.
And also
Not
buy,
here.
buy Tilting Monkeys, our new set.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Make sure you buy Tilting
Right.
Monkeys because
Absolutely.
we're sending Tilting Monkeys to the moon.
We are, and you can get a new deal now. Get in while it's hot before everyone else gets on Tilted Monkeys. And we're just gonna put them in AI generated jerseys based on players that we're tilting that week.
Oh, I love it.
Limited
Oh
edition Ben Me header tilting goal.
no,
Tilted
Esri Konsa.
Mason Mount is going to be a giant release. Timo Werner, Jamie Vardy.
Oh yeah, we're
shouting out all our friends now. We're not going to we might not do tilt guys. So here's
we're gonna have to make the tilt line at 11 in Tilting Monkeys.
It's true. That's Tilting Monkeys limited edition NFT. You can get it with all the monkeys, and they're tilting. Wow, dude, I can't even tell you. The AI is going to generate the level of tilt, but they're tilting. That's my hang up, is the AI thing. Who do we love? We love Harvey Barnes. Nick Pope, I think we're over.
No more Nick Pope. Yeah, I would have to go ahead.
I think we like Yuri Tielemans at this point.
I love Yuri Tielemans.
Yeah.
He's so smooth. He looks like he just looks like an alien a little bit.
That's true.
Scores 2 goals.
Berman Sevic from Malmo. We like him.
Right. That just sounds like one whole name. If you said that was the guy's name, I would not even know. Berman Sevic from Malmo.
I think his name's like Vladimir or something like that.
Oh. Yeah, you better get to the bottom of that one.
It's Velko.
That's such a cool name.
He's Serbian. Velko, Veljko, Berman Sevic with cool little accent marks over both C's.
Of course.
He looks a little bit like Pete Davidson.
Yeah, throw him up. Okay. All right, he doesn't look like that much of a shithead too. So that's got that going for him.
Let me find the game.
Yeah, let's.
Because nothing matters. We are past. Was it Rangers? Was it this day? August 3rd?
Malmo and Rangers.
Yeah, because I think I played.
Was this a qualifier? What is this?
Yeah, qualifier.
Oh, okay. All right.
I want to say it might have been one before it, but Champions League Malmo. Here you go. Malmo popped off.
Oh.
Against Dirjan Fours. No, this is a Sweden League match. I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't matter. Young boys were also on the slate, and they did well. And then PFOC had a late penalty that knocked me out first. I would have won 2,000 that day. But anyway, okay, that's it. That's the show. It's all over.
Thanks for watching, everyone.
Thanks for watching.
We love you.
We do, truly. Bye.